So I'm not going to lie to you guys, the more these DICE devs talk about Battlefield 2042, the more excited I'm getting. I watched the Battlefield dev interview today on stream, and I want to break down the big stuff that we heard and have a little discussion on what 2042 is actually bringing to the table. If you guys like the video, leave a like and subscribe down below for more FPS content. We just hit 200k subs the other day, so thank you guys for that. My E3 merch is only available until the end of today, so if you guys want to get some, click the link down below and support the channel that way as well. Here's a quick snippet of a video I did in January of this year when we first heard about some Battlefield 6 rumors. I always think back to Mag. If you guys remember when Mag came out, it was a game made by Zipper Interactive, and I thought that when they had 256 players on the map, they broke it down really well in which your different squads were doing different objectives around the map. So you had, squads 1, 2, and 3 attacking over here. You had 4, 5, and 6 attacking over here, and everybody had different objectives. So while it was a large-scale, Battlefield-style experience, something we haven't ever seen before, it was still kind of segmented and orchestrated in a way that you didn't feel like you were running and sprinting and running across maps and always just in firefights. There were moments, and the way that the game flowed was incredible. And here's a clip from today's dev interview.
So what we're doing this time around to really encapsulate still the essence of Battlefield and the pacing that our players know and love is that we're introducing this concept that we're calling clusters. While watching the gameplay reveal, for example, we have this map called Hourglass, which is set in Qatar, which is really, really awesome. And this map really speaks to the new mentality around the level design, I think. Almost imagine it as a massive battlefield, but within that massive battlefield, there's almost multiple battles going on. If you go to the western part of this map, you'll find a huge stadium. And within the stadium itself, there's multiple capture points. And if you want to own the entirety of the stadium, that entire sector, you have to actually fight and control all of the capture points within that sector to capture the entirety of the stadium.
So from everything I'm hearing, this is like exactly what I've been asking for years from an FPS. Large-scale war, but segmented down to keep the battles a little bit more controlled. Battlefield 2042 is shaping up to be an absolute behemoth in the FPS space. From the visuals, to the map design, to the way they're handling specialists, I'm actually very impressed. I still have a few things I need to know before I hand over my money, but we'll talk about those in a little bit. One thing I'm really happy about is the marketing this time around. They show the cinematic, they follow up with a gameplay trailer, now we have a dev interview, and then once we hit July, we can get a look at the new Hazard Zone at EA Play, and maybe this redacted mode as well. They're saying it's a love letter to Battlefield fans. I'm seeing rumors that it's like remastered maps and weapons and everything. I don't know how true that is, but I'm very excited to see more. It seems like the hype is high, and from what I'm seeing and hearing, EA and DICE could actually deliver this time around. And honestly, I can't wait to play this game in October. One of my initial concerns, and I spoke about this in the last video, was the specialist system. The way the devs are explaining as to why they're trying this out actually kind of calms my nerves a little bit with it. They say that most players choose their classes based on the weapons that are available and not because of the role that they're playing, which actually makes sense. We always complain about the fact that nobody revives in Battlefield, and it's just because they chose a class that had access to assault rifles and other guns that other classes didn't have.
And there is a lot of things we can also see through the data specifically that a lot of players chose their class based on the primary weapon that was available. Meaning you didn't choose necessarily a recon because of the gadgetry, but you actually chose a recon because you got the bolt action sniper rifles. And you didn't choose your class because you wanted to play a certain role. So that was the thing we wanted to kind of target with this change specifically. We wanted to bring the game into a space that when you choose which specialist to play with, you go like, okay, I want to play this particular role. So what we've done is that basically you have the traditional class, say recon, is more of a category now. And underneath that category, you have multiple specialists that has a gameplay role that is a recon gameplay role. But what we're also doing to kind of to bring this even further in terms of unlocking the sandbox is that we're saying take Casper for example. He's a recon type of specialist. His particular gadget that he uses, that only he can use, is the recon drone. But aside from the recon drone, Casper can bring a shotgun, a sniper rifle, an SMG, an LMG, whatever you want to put on Casper, you can put on Casper. You can put a rocket launcher on Casper to couple with the recon drone. You can put as a throwable. You can equip him with C4. So we get away from that space as well, where, as we kind of seen in previous games, where on certain maps that were vehicle heavy, you just saw pretty much one class being played, the one that can counter vehicles. But now you choose your gameplay role, and then we have a whole array of open gadgetry that you can just freely choose from. So we see a better diversity in terms of gameplay styles.
This now gives you the chance to choose a role that you actually want to play and build an open loadout around it with any weapon, whatever you want, and I actually really like that answer. We know now that there are universal gadgets as well that any specialist can use. So each specialist has their special gadget, and then there's like a group of universal ones. We have no info on what any of that stuff means, but I'm definitely more okay with this system now that the devs are actually backing up the reasons as to why they're changing. They say that they look at the way that players interacted in last games when they chose different classes and loadouts, and I actually really respect it. All I can hope for now is that there's enough character customization so we aren't just killing the same 10 specialists over and over and over. Give me some sick customization on the characters, and I think we have a real winner. My other concerns are in regards to anti-cheat as well as community servers. Anti-cheat, it's self-explanatory. Every time you open up a conversation about Warzone, you always hear the fact that there's hackers fucking everywhere. And from what I heard, Battlefield 5 is still prone to hacking to this day. But community servers is something that I hold near and dear to my heart. I really hope that we can host our own servers so that my community can come together to play every day like we have been. We've been playing on WHG servers for Battlefield 4, and it's been fucking awesome. Seriously, that place is popping since we jumped in there. If you play Battlefield 4, join that server. It's WHG Rush. It's like 60 hertz, 64 players, and it's amazing. Outside of those, I honestly can't really pinpoint anything that I'm disappointed with. Obviously, until we can feel the game, try the guns out, and see how that gunplay is, I'm trying to hold my hype in, but honestly, this is really just looking like an incredible product. The fact that I've been asking for this exact gameplay loop for a few years now is kind of crazy, and now that we're getting it, I think that my community here on YouTube and on Twitch, I think we're going to have a lot of fun once this game releases. I'm curious to hear what you guys think down below. Are you excited for 2042 to release, or are you still skeptical? Leave a comment down below. I'm always reading them and interacting. Again, thank you guys for 200,000 subscribers. Life's pretty awesome right now, and with a whole host of games coming this year, including New World, Icarus, Back 4 Blood, and now 2042, I'm actually finding myself smiling and excited for gaming again. My name is Bigfry. Check out the merch down below. Again, this is the last day to get it to support the channel, support me, and what we're doing over here. And I'll see you on the next one.